Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Let's see which zodiac sign needs the next reading at this present moment. Oh, shit. Let's see. Okay, this will be a bonus for Sagittarius, I guess, because Gemini is in the reverse, so the opposite of Gemini is Sagittarius. Already done a reading for Sag. Let's just pull some extra cards in this bonus reading. Sagittarius, messages for Sagittarius. We have Xanthosis yellowing. Interesting. Ash and antimony. Could be some kind of opportunity opening up. Sparks of light on the other side. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. Sagittarius. Dissolution and copper. Interesting. So we'll go ahead and read yellowing. We have the uncreated on the bottom. We have lead on the top. Just give me a moment to find it. There it is. This could be about a home change. 111 page 11 or number 1. We have a lot of new beginnings. It says aging, transitioning, warning. Indicating transition, the yellowing leads us to the next phase of our alchemical work. Envision the yellowing as pages of a beloved novel or the ochre blanket of leaves in fall. The color seeps out to signify the beginning of the end, a return to zero. Even a deep bruise finds a yellow tint as it reaches the final phases of healing. In contrast, yellow could be the marker of long-awaited growth, as seen in the first rays of the sun in the cheer of Forsythia in February. Whatever its message, yellowing tells the truth. It leads us forward, like the vibrant canary in the mine, warning of what's to come. Take heed. The transition is here, whether by yoke or bile, and how to respond is up to you. It's likely you already know. So you could be in between things. Go deeper. Look at Terry O'Neill's photographs of David Bowie in 1974 to ponder transition as teacher. Yellow rides a fine line in art. The color is often interpreted as cheeriness covering turmoil, as seen in the late paintings of Van Gogh. Imagine a rainbow with no yellow. The colors remain static, disconnected. The gift of yellow is bridging all phases, the full expression of life spectrum. We have dissolution here. We have copper, Venus kind of energy there. Sagittarius messages. Pine on the bottom, clover, interesting. Oak and clover. Yew is on the bottom. Vervain on the top. Let's go ahead and read yew. Yew trees are often found in graveyards, and in fact, somewhere around 500 English churches were built alongside yew trees, with the yews being older than the buildings. Perhaps they were meant to encourage the spirits of the dead to stay at rest, or perhaps they allow clear communication with ancestors. Either way, this powerful plant is highly poisonous, but also flexible, and longbows like those used by Robin Hood were made of yew. If this makes it seem like yews have been around for a while now, they have. Yew lives just about forever, and produces by rooting and drooping branches of older trees, which spring up anew in the natural example of the cycle of life. So you could be feeling like something is like shedding, or you're letting go of something, like dissolution here, right? That tree, that branch that kind of falls from the yew tree and then plants a new seed. So there could be something falling down in order for something new to grow, is the energy I'm getting. Let's see. Sagittarius, messages of advice. Sagittarius. We have sacred waters. We have sun god. And we have honey in the reverse. I think I'll read sacred waters. I think that came out for you guys yesterday as well. I just didn't get to it. Healing. Okay, this card comes to reading when you're ready to heal wounds that have troubled you for many moons, perhaps lingering pains from things lost or the weight of the past that creeps up to haunt you at night. Filling sacred waters is a sign you are soon renewed and that your soul will release the cords that have bound you to hurtful memories of old. You may not know what needs to be healed. You can be carrying baggage that isn't immediately present in your consciousness, but the effects of such deep healing becomes evident in the changes happening around you. Interesting. So there could be a lot of changes or shifts happening in that transition, right? And the effects of such deep healing become evident in the changes happening around you, like that yellowness of the bruise, right? Do not question the blessings coming into your life. They are here because you are slowly learning to wash away blocks that have previously prevented such abundance. So kind of being graceful to yourself and slowly but surely letting go of things. Sacred Waters reminds you to be gentle with yourself in the coming weeks. Difficult emotions or painful memories might surface, but this is your spirit bringing them to your awareness so they can be healed for good. If you do experience painful memories, allow them to wash over you. Do not try to overcome what you feel or allow yourself to feel guilty for what you're feeling. Simply experience the wave, allowing to pass at its leisure. This could be regarding career as well. Let's grab you. Maybe I'll let you ask a yes or no question and we'll pull an answer if there's anything pertinent on your mind. So let's see the answer to your question for Sagittarius. You could be exiting some kind of like anxiety or some kind of like blindfolding yourself. That could be part of your question. There's something about evaluating something here as well, or looking at it from multiple angles or multiple sides. Um, there's something about evaluating your options, yeah, especially with the Seven of Cups. You could feel a little sense of like heartbreak or something as well regarding something financial, maybe. Um, let's grab you one of these, Sagittarius. I think somebody else got these cards yesterday. Maybe Gemini. I'm not sure if I did Gemini, actually. You could be dealing with a Gemini. There's something about operating in a more gentle way at this present moment, kind of going with the flow, taking it easy. The darker the skies, the more it seems the dawn will never appear. But Nightingale is here to remind you that the sun will shine again. Soon you will feel the love and notice the abundance that surrounds you. Sing now, put on some music, or simply sing in the empty space, for finding the light within and giving a voice gives rise to hope and helps you begin to hear the call of another who, like you, is beginning to fear the light would never come. This could be Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, or something about work or something like money could be relevant. Was beginning to fear the light would never come. Bring the light into the darkness with love from within. And give a voice and know that daybreak will be here soon. So it seems like there's going to be like a change, maybe with transits as well. Okay, let's see. Release rigidity and embrace fluidity of life as you recognize the grades that remind you there are two sides to every story, an upside and downside, each blessing and every challenge. What you think is wrong may end up being right for you, so let dolphin spirit soften your heart, so that you can make the best decision at this time, playing with possibilities that present themselves. Interesting. This could be about different work opportunities as well. Let's pull a Sabian symbol. Oh. Yeah, there could be like huge shifts that are kind of just knocking down everything that you thought you knew or something like that. So it's really important that you do take things slower, I think. Sagittarius, most important vital messages, please. We have Aries 28. A large disappointed audience. Interesting. In your first reading, we had community in the reverse, so. A large disappointed audience implies a performance of some kind or something that was done is not what was wanted or expected. People have witnessed or experienced something that was disappointment or let down. So you could feel this way, right? It's hard to know just what or how much the audience was expecting, but it's clear they weren't happy with the performance or outcome. So here's some quotes. It's always better to fail in doing something than to excel in doing nothing. Interesting. There is luxury in self reproach. When we blame ourselves, we feel no one else has the right to blame us. You might feel as though you or someone else has failed and left others wanting, but how much of this is too much was expected in the first place? The audience only remembers the last performance, so get up and try again, but this time be more realistic. Be aware that in drawing this symbol, you may be an observer in the audience, or you may even be your own audience. Does this picture a situation where you were living through the responses you receive from others? Do you feel you've let yourself down? Sometimes it's necessary to acknowledge when an idea or action needs to be dropped or stopped, and to be able to cut your losses. Still, getting mentally and emotionally psyched up for something enjoyable and worthy can bring rewards, um, especially if you lower the expectations of the end result. Interesting. Enjoyable and worthy can bring rewards. Sorry. Still, getting mentally and emotionally psyched up for something enjoyable and worthy can bring rewards. Interesting. Quick realizations of things as they really are can bring a sense of hope for a better outcome next time. We need to remember that we often project our own thoughts and expectations onto others. Perhaps we can actually learn something more from failure than from success. Watch your reactions to the situation facing you and see what comes up. What can you learn by observing your and others' expectations? How strongly do you expect them to be fulfilled? Nothing is enough for the man to whom enough is too little. Interesting. We are ever striving after what is forbidden and covering what is and coveting what is denied us. People ask for your criticism, but they only want praise. Plato was a bore. Stupid TV be more funny, and a bad review is even less important than whether it is raining in Patagonia. The greatest miracle you can make in life is to be continually fearing that you will make one. Adjustment keywords: adjustments of expectations, bringing realizations about what is really possible. Um, I want to say bridging, but it says bringing. Okay. Um, expecting the response of others, walking out during a performance, not listening to something through lack of interest, anticipating a different result from what is delivered, relying on feedback, lines, and cues of people, criticism, and the need to inspire and enthuse, caution, feeling sad, sorry, or let down because of defeat or frustration. A lot of people left feeling emotionally wiped out, shattering of illusions, fickleness, the attitude that one can't do anything, everything being out of one's control, watching what's going on and not participating, being at the mercy of whims and fancies of others, judging or analyzing oneself and others. Too many people crammed into one spot, not getting a seat, refusal of entry, and booing or hissing. This could be regarding your career, um, or some kind of transformation that could be happening regarding your finances or self-esteem, self-value, self-love. You could be doing like deep shadow work in those regards. Anything else for Sagittarius people and placements? Oh, we have a few over here actually. Didn't notice those even came out. Scorpio 27, Leo 24. Leo 24, totally concentrated upon inner spiritual attainment, a man sitting in a state of neglect of his body. Interesting. To the man whose whole activity is diverted to inner meditation, becomes insensible to all his surroundings, his passions are mere appearances, being sterile, they are dissipated in futile imaginings, producing nothing external to themselves. Self-loving is not so vile as a sin, my liege, as self-neglecting. I've never met a healthy person who worried much about his health or a good person who worried much about his soul. Meditation has been defined as a cessation of active eternal thought. If a man watches 3 football games in a row, he should be declared legally dead. Be careless if in your dress, if you must, but keep a tidy soul. And in our era, the road to holiness necessarily passes through the world of action. Interesting. He who conceals his disease cannot expect to be cured. Commentary. Totally concentrated upon inner spiritual attainment, a man sitting in a state of neglect of his body. This brings to mind the Hindu yogi. The yogi can be so focused on his inner state of being that he doesn't notice his more earthly physical needs. He may be able to sit in one position for a very long time or use his body in ways that would make others uncomfortable. He may not eat or drink for days. The body may or may not actually be neglected, but there may be a desire to put the body's needs on hold while he concentrates on more important or immediate or spiritual or mental needs and values. Oracle, there could be a feeling of imbalance at the moment. Some aspects of your life may be put on hold in favor of one central issue that is taken over. This can lead to a loss of holistic balance and possibly being misunderstood by others. Being so committed to spiritual or emotional concerns can lead to losing touch with more immediate physical matters, but it can lead to a higher state of spiritual being. Although spiritual concerns are very important during our lifetime, remember that we also have a physical life to lead. This symbol can show the opposite of polarity, obsession with the body and physical fitness. As human beings, however, we are not supposed to concentrate solely on one or the other. We must strive to live equally in both. Our bodies, minds, hearts, spirits are gifts to us and should be treated with care. When this symbol is around, it can also indicate people getting a high from not eating through fasting. It can lead to physical problems like eating disorders. However, physical fitness can be achieved by directing the body to do things using willpower and focus. A sense of equilibrium is key. Interesting. Issues of how we view and value our bodies, fixation on exercise and nutrition at the expense of more spiritual or emotional issues, eating disorders, gymnasiums, and physical fitness issues, spiritual gurus, yoga and yogis, living for the future, extreme states of meditation, total concentration, and breatharians, those that just live on breath, right? Or air, like those plants, those tumbleweeds. You could feel like one of those plants that, just tumbles throughout the desert, and anytime the wind blows it up, it pulls up its roots and it rolls around in the desert and it feeds off the air until it settles down again, and then it reestablishes roots. The caution: not enough attention to the physical or body needs, a lack of focus on more immediate issues like food or exercise, or forgetting spiritual, emotional, or mental concerns through a focus on the body or physical aspects. Too many things in one's mind, obsessions leading to imbalance, and not eating or drinking. This could be regarding real estate or letting go of something. Let's see, Scorpio 27. A military band marches noisily through the city streets. Commentary: it marches noisily through the city streets. As it makes its way along the streets, it draws attention to itself through its music and the loud banging of the drums. The military band can inspire national pride amongst the onlookers, or it can arouse suspicion and distrust as people are left wondering just what the real agenda is. Is the military band rallying people together or just flexing military muscles to show the common folk who's in charge? Oracle: there is occasionally a need to make a show for society, remind us of our own or a country's successes and achievements. You may find that this will take up a great deal of your time, possibly for no real return, but this morale of those around you will benefit, and that should be the true goal. Interesting. Sometimes there's a perceived need to impress others with one's existence so that they don't forget that you exist. However, this symbol can also show people who make enormous amounts of noise and demand attention, drowning out all those around them. These people are often hard to ignore and can be irritating or downright disruptive. Perhaps there's a drum that they need to bang in order to wake us others who are not paying attention to their needs, wants, or desires, and they are trying to wake people from their apathy. Sometimes the mere act of showing attention, appreciation, and admiration can stop the need for such noisy displays and bring everything back into a more peaceful space. Keywords: making music to rouse people from complacency, noisy announcements, demanding attention, trumpeting achievements, reminders from the authorities that individuals are often not in charge, celebrations of past battles, corporate advertising, peace rallies or war marches, marching and drills, precision movements, baton twirling, drums and trumpets, and spit and polish. A lot of volume can be too pompous, so much volume that the true message gets lost. Demanding to be heard, banging on strum even when others might be unresponsive or not want to hear, blaring announcements, warnings to others to follow orders or to be complicit, big ego displays, propaganda, threats to peace, momentary disruptions. Okay. If a man does not keep pace with his companions, perhaps it is because he hears a different drummer. Let him step to the music which he hears, however measured or far away. We should face reality and our past mistakes in an honest, adult way. Boasting of glory does not make glory, and singing in the dark does not dispel fear. Love is not a victory march. Leonard Cohen. The intellectual man requires a fine bait. The sots are easily amused, but everybody is drugged with his own frenzy, and the pageant marches at all hours with music and banner badge. Once vigorous measures appear to be the only means left of bringing the Americans to due submission to the mother country, the colonies will submit. King George III. Military justice is to justice what military music is to music. And military intelligence is a contradiction in terms. Interesting. So maybe there's somebody or something very forceful or kind of like taking charge of the situation here in a very, I'm really drawn to that Leonard Cohen thing there. Love is not a victory march. You could feel a little bit like, that song Hallelujah. Maybe that's something that you should listen to right now. But let's see if we have any last juicy messages, and we'll close this out for your bonus. Hope this helped or added more context. Sagittarius messages. You could be talking to God or praying a lot more these days as well. You could have had jealous people around you as well. We have demons are just negative emotions. You could be dealing with a lot of different changes. Stop bleeding out for others came out, so acknowledging the truth makes you strong. So you could be coming to realize something. Be honest with yourself on what you truly desire and don't desire. So you could be analyzing these things, especially with the Seven of Cups, building strength here as well, and start refocusing your energy. So you could be needing to really decide what you actually want to manifest. Maybe make a list. Really go with what your heart's leading to you towards. You choose balance. So that's interesting. They wanted to exploit you, hence the nitpicking, keep you low. So you could be leaving something behind. Ancestors are proud of you. So you are loved regardless of whatever is happening. Trying to learn mind games to use you. So do be careful because this person could be strategizing. Keep your body and mind invaded with positive energies and doors of abundance and open and blessings. Wise for their age. This could be you or somebody else trying to find evidence. So do be careful, and you always land on your feet. So there is something about staying grounded, or kind of having a backup plan or something like that. I'm going to end on that note. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal using the Buy Me a Coffee link or leave a tip through there. Good luck. Take care.